know your love's cooking like a clock, yeah, you let me vent.
My name is Maurese, aka Rese the barber, and let me vent. February 3rd, 2009. And it's one of my best friend's birthday. Just turned 18. And so he decides to buy a $300 chain. So I asked him why, but he just said he just liked it, so it's like, whatever, it's your birthday, go ahead and do your thing. So he decides to go get a haircut at somebody else's house. And some guy walked up to him and said, you want to sell your chain? He said, no, it ain't for sale. He said, I got $200 right now. So he gave him $200 balled up, and the dude walked off with his chain. So he got his hair cut. And then he looked, saw the $200, it was fake. It was paper on the back of it. It wasn't real. So he got out the chair, ran outside, and he tried to confront the dude. The dude shot at him. And he ducked and ran behind the house to the dude's left. So I get a phone call around like 12. They called me, tell me what happened. Next day we go to school. And we already had beef with this local gang, but it was just like 3 or 4 people outside of the gang that we had beef with. One of my friends was by himself, and me and my other homeboy, we was together. And my homeboy that was by himself, he was about to fight him. He was about to fight the gang. We came and, we stopped it, so we left. So we was all gonna go to the game. It was a basketball game. We was all gonna go to the game later on that day. And so we went to meet one of my friend's cousins, and he came out of his house with like a real big jacket. I knew it was something inside of the jacket, but I didn't know what it was. So they put it in the back seat and we drive off. We all finna go to each other's house and get dressed up, get fresh for the game. So I just decided to look back. I said, bro, what's that in the back seat? And he said, it's a gun. I said, a gun for what? He said, well, we finna try to find the dudes that stole my chain and we gonna get them. So, I was trying to be down with my friends. So, I've been down with my friends since we were 6 years old. So I was like, cool. So I said, what kind of gun is it? He took the cover off of it, and it was a AR-15. It's a military gun. Each bullet, it was fully loaded. So each bullet is 15 years if we would've got caught. We was driving down a real busy street, and we saw one of the guys my friend was about to get into a fight with at school, 15 minutes prior. So we riding. I said, man, that's old buddy right there. So my homeboy was like, point the gun out the car. I said, nah, don't do that. I said, point the gun out the car and show him. He stopped in the middle of the street and he saw us and he pulled his gun out of the way in the air. So we just drove off. So I said, man, drop me off at our homegirl house. And y'all can go do y'all thing, just come get me after. So they dropped me off, they go riding about a couple hours. They come back, they didn't find them and they didn't do anything, so I'm glad that happened. The next day at school, it was the end of the school day, we was leaving. And again, all 3 of us this time, we all had words with each other, the gang and us. As we was leaving, somebody said something like, they gonna get us, we gonna get y'all. So I wasn't really worried about it, like it was just all talk. So we riding around, we come to a stoplight. And I spot on mine. I said, bro, there the dudes right there in front of us. Like we at a crossing road. They can keep straight if they have the ability to turn, and we can keep straight. I said, bro, there they go right there. He said, where? I said, right there at the corner. They didn't see us. So as our light turned green, as we driving by, I'm looking in their car and they see us. So they turn right behind us. So I look back, the backseat passenger rolled the window down. So I said, man, they finna shoot at us. Then y'all know now, so get ready. One of my homeboys called somebody, said, bro, so-and-so behind us. We gonna loan them to y'all. So be outside. They in a black truck. And when we get to y'all street, shoot at them. And so I'm nervous, I don't know what to do. So I'm just riding. We get down, we make a right. They still behind us. We stopped at a four-way. For that 1 second, it's like the earth stopped, but us. I told my partner to speed off, and he sped off. The truck behind us, they didn't even stop at the stoplight, at the stop sign. They kept coming. They got on the side of us, and all I heard was, I'm ducking. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to make sure I ain't get shot. You know, so we speeding, they speeding, and then next thing we know, I hit the brakes. You know, it's like the light, it's like I just saw a white light, like my life stopped for a quick second. And so we stopped, we looked back, trying to make sure everybody okay, because there's 3 of us in the car. So we stopped and we heard we turn down a quick street. So we see our homeboys that we called, we said, hey, you know, they shot our friend in the back seat. So they hit the block and they coming up. And I said, bro, throw it in reverse. So we threw it in reverse, and we pushing it. We going at least 90 down, just like a regular street. So we finally lose them. And then we look back, and my homeboy, he just like, man, I can't believe they shot me, man. They shot me. We just trying to get him to a hospital. It was like we smelled him burning. Glass all in his forehead, bullets stuck in his shoulder. So we get my friend to the hospital. Our parents come, the police come. They said they need a statement from us. So it was a game that same night again. So I go home. My friend that didn't get shot, he goes to the game with another group of gang members that we all was cool with. And so they got into a fight at the game with the people that shot at him. My friends and his friends got kicked out. The people that he had a fight with got kicked out. So people just running around because there's guns and people fighting. So my friend, he called my sister. He was dating my sister. And he called her to come pick him up. And she came. It was a car circling the parking lot. He just kept circling the parking lot. So my friend called my sister and said, it's a car circling the parking lot. I want you to circle around twice, and then I'm just gonna jump in the car. So as my friend jumped in the car that was circling the parking lot followed them. It was like a movie, because when my sister turned down the street, it was a car in front of them that was braking. And the car behind them was trying to get on the side of them, but they couldn't. So my sister dropped my friend off at somebody's house. And like, she didn't even stop the car. Like, she slowed down, let him jump out, and ran out the house. Ran out the car. He grabbed the gun from whoever house he was at, you know, and he came outside, and the car that was following him was there. And he was like, who is that? And they said the name, and he just started shooting. He was in the neighborhood, and he was hiding in between cars because, you know, they was parked on the street. So he said he heard the footsteps of them looking for him. Like, they was like right over him, but they just couldn't see him. The next day, you know, nobody ended up getting shot, nobody died. They was circling his parents' house, waiting for him to come out so they can kill him, or kill whoever that went in, or the parents, or whoever. In the summer of 2008, everybody from my parents to my godparents to friends of the family were telling me not to hang with him. Told me that he was no good, he was into trouble. And I didn't know. My friends, they didn't tell me, you know, the same summer, they had did a drive-by shooting. And that's what sparked all of the going back and forth, the fighting, the killings, the shooting. They was looking for him, and you know, they had their guns out ready to kill him, and they didn't find him. And so he fled the state. My friend that got shot, he didn't finish school. I'm the only one out of the three of us that finished school, stayed in school, graduated, and I'm moving on with my life. And the police, they came to my house and told me they needed me to testify. And at first I was kind of skeptical because, you know, the code of the streets, you know, you tell, you die, basically. And so, you know, the court date, you know, the cops was there, they was telling us, you know, if we lied, they took our statements prior, said if we tell anything different, you know, we can go to jail if we lie on the stand, so, you know, tell the truth. So me and my other friend that didn't finish school, he came. And he asked me, we all was in the room, he asked me, what was I gonna say? I told him I'm gonna tell the truth. So then I asked him what was he gonna say. He told me he was gonna tell the truth. My friend, he goes to testify. So knock on the door. They come and tell me it's my turn. I don't know what my friend said, and you know, I go in the courtroom, it's the guys that shot at us and the guy that drove the truck. All of those guys were in there. And so I get on the stand, I say my oath, and so they asked me, is the guy in here that shot at you? Yes, I pointed at him. He said, is the guy in here that drove the truck in here? I said, yes, he's in here. And you know, the prosecutor, he tried to trip me up. You know, if he's on the passenger side, how did he shoot out the car? Like, you know, you can sit in the back seat and shoot at somebody, you know that, right? And so he tried to trip me up, and so I tried to hold my ground. So I got my testimony, and then a couple days later, my mother came and told me that my friend that went before me, he lied on the stand. So he left me high and dry. That was a traumatizing time in my life. You know, I'd never been shot at, never dealt with gangs, stuff like that. And, you know, I have nightmares sometimes. You know, I wake up in my sleep, you know, thinking that somebody's trying to kill me, or sometimes I look behind me to see if somebody's following me, because, you know, you just never know nowadays. I mean, you know, things got worse. Graduated high school, you know, I didn't get a scholarship playing football. I tore some ligaments in my knee, and I really didn't know what I was gonna do. So one day I was just at home just thinking, like, you know, I'm just gonna become a barber. So, you know, I graduated high school, said goodbye to all my friends, all my family, and I moved to Texas. And I pursued the dream to be a barber, went to barber college. It took me 9 months to finish all the courses. And now I'm a pretty successful barber right now. You know, I really didn't know how to cut hair when I first moved down here. I remember one time we was in class and the teacher was like, you know, who knows what a taper fade is? You know, everybody was raising their hand but me. So I just raised my hand just because I didn't want to feel like the odd man out. And so it was time to get on the floor, which means, you know, time to cut hair. So, and you know, at a barber college you cut for like $4, you know, and you just get tips. So like a homeless guy came off the street and he wanted to cut. And he had fairly good hair, you know. He just wanted a little bit off. So it was like my second haircut ever. And you know, I think I made him bald. I just cut it just really, really low. And I didn't know no better. I mean, so one of the guys came over and you know, he helped me through the cut. And you know, I laughed because I thought it was funny. I did barbering, you know, as when I first decided to become a barber, I really didn't know what journey I was embarking on. I didn't know nothing about barbering at all. I just wanted to do something. I didn't want to be a homeless bum on the street. I don't think it makes sense to be a 6'6" homeless person. Grandma always told me, you know, it don't make sense for tall people to be homeless because they not gonna, you will never find clothes in your size. Graduated barber college. I went to a barber shop, you know, my first barber shop ever. I really didn't know what to expect, you know, so I had to endure sitting down like every single day, maybe cutting 2 heads a day, 3 heads a day. You know, I had to sit there and listen to customers, you know, talk about me in my face. But I really couldn't do nothing because I wasn't good and I was messing them up. You know, I remember one time I was sitting down on a Saturday for 8 hours, haven't cut one head in 8 hours. And I heard a customer say, "Hey, bro, why don't you let Rese cut you?" I said, "Nah, man, he even F my head up in my face." I mean, so I couldn't do anything, but just deal with it. And so one day, you know, I was really down. You know, me as a person, I just really want to be successful in whatever I do, and I'm very determined in what I do. And one day, you know, I was having a bad day, really didn't cut a lot of heads, and I just walked home. And I remember just crying out to God, just asking Him just to bless me, to become a better barber, a better person, help me develop the skill for barbering. And I got home and I grabbed a notepad and I wrote down everything I wanted to happen. I asked God to bless me to become a better man, bless me to become a better barber, bless me with skill, bless me with clientele, bless me with an X amount of dollars a week, bless me with a vehicle. And within a year, God blessed me with all that and more. And then I got big headed, and I've seen $1,000 a week go to $300 a week. So I've learned not to take anything for granted in life. 2 years passed, and I moved on to a whole nother shop. And the shop I'm in now is bigger. It brings more clients. You know, it's a very professional setting. And I just want everybody to know out there that if you believe in something, or if you feel like you can do something, or if you have a dream, don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it, because I'm a living witness that anything can happen if you put your mind to it, and if you pray, and if you're determined. Because I'm coming from a person that never picked up a pair of clippers a day in my life, only knowing about football, to one day just thinking about becoming a barber, and now, you know, I have people coming up to me that I don't even know, just say, man, you can really cut, you know, you cut your butt off. I have people calling me that I never met, people on the other side of Texas calling me, talking about, man, I just want to tell you, you can really cut. You nice with your clippers. So I just wanted to let y'all know that if you have a dream, go for it. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody get in the way. Out of everybody I went to barber college with and that I graduated barber college with, it's only 3 people that I see. One of them I see every blue moon when I'm out. It's like we always run into each other. Actually, one of the guys that I started barber college with, like we came in the first day together. We both started the same day. We graduated together, and I found out that he got shot and killed over drugs. And he was a talented barber. He came into barber college knowing how to cut. He was just trying to polish his talent and, you know, learn how to do fades and stuff like that. But there's only 3 of them that I really just see. I see me opening up my first shop. I see it being very successful. And possibly opening up a second location. I like cutting hair so much because I'm transforming a person into bad into good, you know. Appearance is everything. You know, everybody wants to have a fresh cut. Everybody wants to look nice for Sunday at church or the club on Saturday or for Valentine's Day. And it makes me feel good that, you know, somebody can come in ready to kill themselves. And a haircut can change their mind just like that. Just the conversation piece. And see, a lot of people think, you know, a haircut is just, you know, you're not doing nothing. You just cut somebody's hair and you send them on their way. But, you know, I don't look at it like that. I'm building a relationship with somebody. You know, I'm getting to know them. You know, they're becoming my extended family member. And my passion for the cut, honestly, I really don't know where it came from, but all I know is that it's just like one day I went to sleep and I woke up and just like that, you know, God blessed me with the ability to cut hair good. And I'm not trying to be funny, but that's exactly how I feel, because I remember me messing up, but it's like blur. It's like my mind is so far into the future. I don't see myself ever messing up again. You know, I strive on perfection, even though there's no such thing as a perfect haircut, but I try to cut a person's head like it's my last. You know, I try to do the whole 9 yards. And my passion for cutting hair is just, I don't want to stop. You know, I just love doing it. I cut somebody's hair for free if I really just had to. If they needed a cut, I would cut the hair for free, because that's just how much I love it. You know, it's just something about it. When you do something that you love, you know, you don't mistreat it. You know, you harness it and you embrace it.
Yeah. I got this black rose just for you. Sincere. Thinking about my past girl. Past girl got me thinking about my last girl. Last girl got me lost off in the past. But a girl with a future curve, a nigga with a password. I'm so over the past, girl. So where you been?
And he just started attacking me. And I'm just like so shocked, like you that mad because I wanted to go home to you just had to put your hands on me like that. I mean, it was so bad to he had my hair everywhere. He had to rip my shirt off, and I'm like, oh my God, like this boy is really crazy. He took my phone and threw it down the drain in the street. Just hateful type of stuff. I kind of got up the street, got up a ways, and a policeman was sitting on the side of the road.
I've been searching, girl, you too strong. So where you been, girl? Where you been, huh? You know I need you more than ever, just a vent, huh? And lately I've been getting so bent. You know your love is kryptonite like Clark Kent, huh? You let me vent.